Hey guys, today I want to talk to you guys about a problem that some people may not realize you have one. The first symptoms are air bubbles coming out of the lines. You're like, God, what could be happening? Air, fluctuating, popping and moving the whole thing. And, you hear your toilet going off and it's not filling right. There's air bubbles in the line. And you replace the pressure tank thinking maybe, hey, the bladder is bad because that's what they tell you. So then you replace it, and guess what? You turn it on, still have air bubbles, but then they disappeared. I thought everything was fine. I was like, oh, cool. Then I turn the water on, and we lose severe power. For the past month and a half now, we've dealt with this, but it's getting worse. So in the past week now, it's getting to this. It's barely coming out. Our well pump is dying because it's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I have a split in the line about this far, and I've already replaced the about 60 feet of it, put a union in, and then turned around and reset the well back in, or the pump and the line and everything back in. But unfortunately, because the well line broke, it's making my well pump run, and to the point it's now officially dying, plus the split in there. I never had good water pressure to begin with, but this is even worse. That's full bore. This water can't go on any further. This is cold and hot, so it should come out really, really fast. Like, it's peeing out. Same thing with the shower. That's full bore. As you can tell, it's barely even coming out of this thing, and it's just falling straight down. In order to wash your head, your face has to be planted off the side of the wall. So folks, if you have air bubbles in your line and you're starting to lose pressure, check your well. I didn't realize that my well was hissing until I went up there to burn a bag of garbage, burnables, like pizza boxes and stuff like that. And I went out back to go burn it, and I heard hissing. So I already knew what that problem was because I had this problem before. The air bubbles is a key indication, at least in my house, that is nothing internally inside this home, but is always being that well line that goes from the submersible pump up to the top union to where you can turn it and unloose. So with that being said, guys, if you have that problem, check your well lines, check your well, make sure you don't hear any hissing or air sound or anything like that, or even water spraying. Take a flashlight with you. Don't drop it down inside, but look down inside and check, because it never hurts. I had the problem with the air before there was even a hole in the line, but the hole was so small, I wouldn't know, because with a flashlight, you see the water spraying out, but if it comes out in a real fine mist, you can't really see it when you're looking, 150 feet down in your well. So with that being said, I had to do the extra mile, and basically thought everything was fine and went the extra mile and waited, and then sure as shit it ruptured in I don't know if it was beginning of January. I want to say like the first week in January. It was all Christmas paper and stuff I was burning in the boxes. So with that being said, I realized that now that line is cracked, it literally is burning out my pump. And not just that, my light bill now is like $400 or $500 a month, because I got a 3/4 horsepower motor just running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's another thing to take into consideration. So when you do have to do any repairs, replace your pump if you haven't done it in the past 8 to 10 years. Replace your line and all the wires that go down to power the pump. This is Brandon Out Review saying peace out.